On the air. Hello, you're on the air with Jesus or Muhammad.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to our program.
Hi. The more I watch your program, the more I think it's almost like if the public wanted to learn about Judaism from the Nazis.
Okay, go ahead. You got 1 minute and 45 seconds.
So in this analogy, we would be the Nazis. But go ahead. We don't want to interrupt you. We're not going to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I've done some research, and based on my research, it seems like even the Hadith are wrong about the age of Aisha.
This is money.
The Hadith would put the age of Aisha about 613 A.D.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this Manu?
That is correct.
Hey, Manu, you don't read the Hadith or believe the Hadith, so why are you even talking about the Hadith?
I have a point.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead and make your point, Manu.
The point is that you are using the Islam that was forged 100 to 200 years after the Prophet to condemn Islam, to show weaknesses in Islam, and we Muslims could do the same thing to you and say that the Christianity that you preach and you practice is not really Christianity, it's Paulism. It's the Christianity of Paul. But I'm not going to go there. My point was about Aisha. According to what I've researched, the Hadith put birth of Aisha at 613 A.D., and it says that about 622 A.D., that was the pilgrimage. There was a small pilgrimage of the persecuted Muslims about 615 A.D. when they went to the Abyssinia, or the present Ethiopia. All the other points regarding this, at what happened and how old Aisha was, and at what point Abu Bakr...
Manu, you've passed 2 minutes. Let me just remind you, Manu, you have absolutely no ground to stand on. You've already told us many times on this program that you completely repudiate the Hadith. You're a Quran-only Muslim, so you have absolutely no way whatsoever in your frame of reference and what you're holding to tell when Muhammad married Aisha, because you have committed theological suicide in Islam by saying that there is no such thing as the Hadith. You've passed 2 minutes. Thank you, Manu, for calling in. Brother David, Brother Sam, would you like to respond to Manu's very curious call this evening?
Yes. Well, in Manu's defense, he doesn't reject all hadith as historical. He rejects them as authoritative for his authoritative doctrine. So he could believe that hadith is right when it talks about how old Aisha was or something like that. But Manu's got a massive problem. Namely, if you're going to appeal to the hadith for the age of Aisha, over and over and over and over and over again, pick a hadith. It says over and over and over again that she was 9 years old when Muhammad had sex with her. It says that she was 6 years old when Muhammad married her. How are you going to try and work out dates when they didn't even have calendars? They didn't have sophisticated calendars like we do back then. Aisha said, I was 9 years old. You have Aisha herself saying she's 9 years old. How in the name of common sense are you going to try and pick a hadith from over here and another one from over here and another one from over there, pick out these little details and try and put them together in an effort to say she wasn't 9 years old when Aisha herself said she was 9 years old? Why would you do this? This is the desperation. You see, Manu is a good guy.
Yeah.
Manu's one of the best guys that calls into this show.
He wants to cover it up.
And he wants Islam to be good.
Sure.
And so when he goes to the sources, he doesn't say, how old does Aisha say she was?
Yeah.
Oh, she said she was 9.
Yeah.
How old does Sahih al-Bukhari repeatedly say she was? 9 years old.
Yeah.
How old does Sahih Muslim repeatedly say she was? 9 years old.
Yeah.
No, she can't be 9 years old because Muhammad's a great guy.
Right.
And since Muhammad's a great guy, I have to look through here and try and find some way of getting around the fact that she was 9 years old.
Yeah.
Manu, if you've got a problem with Muhammad having sex with a 9-year-old girl, you've just got a problem with Muhammad. You need to reject him.
Amen.
Now, I should also point out, notice Manu, who's always been nice and respectful, started off by calling us Nazis now.
Yeah, he's turned. I don't know what's happening.
Think about, why is that? What are we saying? What are we saying that's not true here, Manu?
Yeah.
What are we saying that's not true? When we say Muhammad had sex with a 9-year-old girl, that's not us talking, that's all of your early sources talking.
Yeah.
So if you have a problem with that, don't say we're Nazis, say your earliest sources were written by Nazis. Sahih al-Bukhari, a Nazi work.
Yeah.
Sahih Muslim is a collection of Nazi teachings.
Yeah.
Say that,
Yeah.
because we're just telling people what they've said. Now, I understand. Now, think about what else Manu said. Since
Yeah.
we're bringing in all these hadith,
Right.
that would be like him bringing in a later versions of Christianity or something.
Yeah, not the Bible.
Manu, when we point out what the hadith teach, that's because 99-point-something% of Muslims believe in the hadith as authoritative. If you don't, that's on you. We're responding to Orthodox Islam, which you do not believe in. So if you're to compare this to something, you'd have to say, well, I'm going to go and appeal to teachings that Christians believe in. Well, that's the Bible. So us appealing to the Quran and the Hadith, we're appealing to the sources that Muslims take as authoritative. The comparison would be Christians believe in the Bible as authoritative. We don't believe in all kinds of extra things. Right. So what we're doing is we're refuting Orthodox Islam. Now, if you believe those sources are wrong, fine, join us. Join us and say how horrible and corrupt these teachings are. Yeah. But you can't represent your own position as the position of general Islam, because you know it's not. You know that you are considered a heretic by Muslims.
Right.
So I mean, think about it. We could find a Christian maybe somewhere in the world who only believes in the Gospel of Matthew, and he could be very angry at us for believing in Mark, Luke, and John as well, or in the writings of Paul. But if a Muslim starts criticizing Christian belief, he's not going to just criticize that one Muslim. I mean, that one weird Christian who just believes in the book of Matthew. He's going to criticize Orthodox Christianity. Yes. And so we're criticizing Orthodox Islam. Now, I don't know why, though. I don't know why you try and distort the life of Muhammad in an effort to do away with the Aisha issue, because if you're Quran only, that's fine. You're still stuck with Surah 65:4, which says that you can have sex with girls who haven't reached the age of puberty yet. So why would you think that Muhammad couldn't do this? I don't know why.
Very quickly, Sam, we only have 1 minute to respond. Why don't you start, and then after the next caller, we'll let you have it first off on the response. You want to give a minute?
Yeah, because Manu brought up several points. I'm going to try to quickly address it because I need more time.
Yeah, I'll give it to you after.
Paulism, and I want to get into the Quran being fully detailed, so I'm going to need more time than a minute. So do you want me to wait, or what do you want me to do?
Okay, all right. You wait, and then right after this caller, we're going to give it exclusively to you, okay?
Okay, please, yeah.
Let's take the next caller right now. Welcome, you're on the air with Jesus or Muhammad.
Hello?
Hello, welcome.
Hello, how are you? Remember me from last time?
Oh, yes. What's your name?
Pastor Joseph Etudi. I'm the one who studied Sharia, and I'm very happy today you brought the point of my converter. Remember me, right?
Oh, yes, welcome.
Yes, I'm very happy that you brought that point about committing adultery.
Yes.
Because it's very important. And just I want to tell something to you about how God created a woman jealous. We are very jealous, right?
Yeah.
And if he knows we are very jealous, Sister Khadija said that she cannot accept that her husband can marry a second wife.
Right.
And I mean, like Jesus, he came here to just let us. He knows how much we are jealous. God created us like that. If it's okay for a woman to be with, for a man to be with many women, what about the jealousy we have? It's impossible. This is very, very impossible. And there is a very important point. I hope that you will not hang up on me when I'm talking about the Muslims. They think Jesus didn't die. He was raised without death. And I will tell one thing. There was a Christian live in Saudi Arabia in Muhammad's time. I don't think there was. There was only Jewish. And Jewish, in their belief, Christ, he didn't die also, right?
Right.
So that's what Muhammad took from the Torah, from the Jewish. Jesus didn't die. That's why they don't believe he was on a cross. They don't believe on his blood. They don't believe his blood was shed for our sin, you know?
Right.
And I'm just praying for them to open their eyes. And I'm asking Sister Khadija to do like I did, to compare Sharia, to compare Quran, and to read the Bible, and to see how much Jesus loved women, how much he wanted us to be only with one man, because he knows how much we are jealous, because he created this jealousy inside us, you know? So it's impossible for us to be with a man who has another woman, whatever this woman, his wife or his slave or whatever. And the stoning thing, it comes from Torah and from Jewish time, and Muhammad took that from them. But Christ came and he saved us from that. So if you commit adultery by mistake or whatever the circumstances you're under, Christ came and say, no one can do that to you. I forgive you. He give us forgiveness.
Amen.
He gives
Amen.
salvation.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sister. Thank you. Your 2 minutes are up. That was